Hi, it's Leslie, Married at First Sight, and we're talking about Madison and Alan. Alan is the guy with the voice that doesn't quite match the body. Anyway, it's the first day of marriage and they wake up together. Oh, how lovely. You gotta think, oh, morning breath, did they worry about those things? But anyway, she had eyelashes in, so she did wake up looking cute. So, good for her. Had his broccoli shorts, like underwear on. Okay, it's a look. Anyway, so this Alan guy, I guess he works from home, and he makes the comment that he typically, because he works from home, he doesn't really get dressed, so he's just kind of in his broccoli shorts, I guess. I don't know. He should just try to present himself a little more appealing, I'm thinking, but whatever. That's him. Anyway, this week they are off to meet the friends and family of their spouses. So Alan gets to meet with Madison's family, and the dad hits him up with this right out of the blocks. I was like, okay.
Topic is sex, and that I think it's super important before you guys decide to be intimate at all, that you get tested.
Damn, I mean, that's how you start, but I was like, okay. He's like, oh yeah, and Madison needs to see those tests, he says this.
Actually, number one, I haven't really been sexually active for a while. I was with the same person for 4 years, but because I want to show her that she could trust me, I think like 3 weeks ago was when I went in. So.
Fantastic. Madison still needs to see the results.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
All right, but did Madison get a test? Maybe he'd like to see her results, because she looks like she'd be a little more around town than him. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, so Dad, don't think your little baby's so innocent is what I'm thinking. But anyway, that's the only thing that bothered me about this. And then this is where it starts to go bad. Alan asked this.
I'm curious. Would I have a chance with her just walking down the street?
Oh, we didn't need to go there.
No.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No chance.
And if that wasn't bad enough, they tell him why.
But physically, she does have a type. Pretty boy. And so I think you're complete opposite of that.
Okay.
That's just so awful. Even to refer to him as a pretty boy, anything other than that, okay? Because it's like, if you're the opposite of pretty boy, what would you be, ugly boy? Back in the day, we used to refer to guys, and it wasn't like ugly and pretty, even though I do know what pretty boy is. Like, it was like the nerdy type or the preppy type. But to say she likes pretty boys, and you're obviously not that, so you're an ugly boy? Awful. Oof. And then they try to save it.
So initially, my initial reaction was like, oh my gosh. But then when you started talking, your personality was like completely won me over. You seem like you know what you're doing, and you're like at that level to be able to commit to somebody. And I think that's what she needs.
All right. Way to save that. Or try anyway. Back on the other side, Alan's parents are ecstatic to meet Madison. They're all happy. They just want their boy happy, like his parents, a little better than hers. Anyway, that goes on, and then they get back together, and you can tell already Madison is like, slow your roll. Let's pump the brakes on this little thing, because I am just not feeling it yet.
Like, I want to make sure that we're, like, obviously I'm not going to tell you how you should feel, but I want us to just be on that same page of we are getting to know each other. We are
1000%.
husband and wife.
Basically, so just slow down. And then you can tell that Alan is still totally affected by the comment made earlier with the fam, So he asked Madison directly.
So with that, I guess, like, physically, is this like outside of your your comfort zone or something? Or do you think the attraction is there at all?
Ugh.
Are you my typical type that I have dated?
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
So, it's different.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think it's necessarily in a bad way either. So, the attraction's definitely there for sure.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Not believing that at all. So I guess Madison is stressed out about this whole situation, which of course I don't blame her, because this is friggin' nuts to do this. And you think, why is it hitting you now? I mean, when you're signing up for this, you'd think you'd have all these panic attacks and whatnot, but it's hitting her now.
So I'm like, holy this is like impending. Like, I'm like scared of like.
Absolutely.
Like, I went into this knowing that like I cannot be just like my normal single self. Like, I have to be
the thing about this
and I have to be a partner. Like, so that's what's like caused more anxiety for me.
Yeah. And of course that stresses Alan out because he's like, oh God, my bride is already having anxiety about us being together. This is not good. This is not good. You know, he of course says the right thing. He doesn't want to add to her anxiety and wants, you know, to make her calm and all the things. So he's saying all the right things, the guy. But anyway, they have a nice little toast and decide to move on. And props to Madison. She has chosen to keep her hair extensions in that she wore in the wedding. Because I noticed one of the other girls, she had them in for the wedding and then they were promptly out. So Madison, they're here to stay, her hair extensions. But anyway, I follow this nonsense every week, so if you want to follow along, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you next week. Bye.